If you rely on gig driving for the majority of your income, you need to have an exit strategy. I am well aware of how incredible gig tubers such as myself have made this gig economy look, and don't get me wrong, it is still an awesome job. But you need to be prepared for the time when you are no longer needed by these companies. Gig driving is simply not a sustainable business model going into the future as we advance technologically as a society. There's really no scalability with this position. You can't really move up in any rank system. All it is you, your vehicle, working against the clock. There is a cap to how much you can actually earn per hour. Personally, I had gotten to a point where I was making a consistent $35 to $40 per hour, but that's about where I capped out. Then factors such as market saturation began to dwindle my hourly rate that I was earning with these food delivery and delivery companies. Alongside that, DoorDash and these other companies are paying drivers less and less so that they're able to retain and make a profit. As I'm sure all of you guys are aware, base pay has been decreasing over time for these food delivery companies in specific. This is not something that I've just started to think of. I have been pondering this thought for months and months prior. You can tell by my lack of uploads that I was heavily debating whether I wanted to continue making gig economy content, because I'm well aware of the fact that we as drivers will eventually be displaced by technology. DoorDash and Uber, they have already begun developing autonomous vehicles so that eventually the human worker who they have to pay will no longer be needed in the equation. It's frankly crazy to think about, but that is really where our future is headed. In about 5 to 10 years, I'm guessing, the days of being picked up by a real human driver for your Uber or your Lyft, or being delivered your food by a real human, they will be gone. We as drivers will no longer be needed. DoorDash specifically, they've already partnered with robotics companies to begin developing this last mile logistics of food delivery. And in cities like mine of Minneapolis, Minnesota, automated food delivery through robotics, through autonomous vehicles, will be here sooner than we know it. These companies are already in talks with government bodies, getting legal approval to start putting AI on the streets. But if you are watching my videos, I already know that you have the same mentality that I do, and that is to build your own future and destiny. We should not be letting these apps dictate our success. As Pedro DoorDash Santiago says, bet on you. He could not be more correct. You have to work, develop, and bet on your skill sets. That's how you'll make it out here in this world. So what does that actually look like? I highly suggest that you develop creative skills that cannot be replicated by artificial intelligence. You will never be out of a job if you are able to creatively brainstorm and execute an idea. That is our biggest advantage that we have as humans, to not be replaced by a machine. Diversify. Diversify your skill sets, diversify your income, and diversify your investments. Do not place all your eggs into one basket. I know you've heard that saying before, and it could not be more true. Instead of sitting on your ass in a vehicle all day, stressing over a few dollars, having anxiety attacks, almost crashing into other cars on the road just to help these delivery companies turn a profit, is frankly not worth your happiness and your success into the future. Begin building now. Start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, write a blog, start an online business, start doing freelance photography, videography, start a brand, start an online store. I frankly do not think you understand how amazing of a time that we currently live in to have access to the internet, the World Wide Web, y'all. And I'm well aware there's a lot of competition on the internet. You've got to come up with something that's unique and provides value to someone who's looking to receive it. Me personally, I have always, since a kid, loved to make videos, so the path to becoming a full-time YouTube creator has always been a dream of mine. And thanks to you guys for helping me get my jump start on my YouTube career. It really truly means the world, and I'm super blessed to have you guys. But do not get me wrong, food delivery and delivery driving is still a great option to begin funding your future. That's exactly why I hopped on this food delivery wave. I noticed an opportunity to make some very quick cash in a short amount of time in order to invest in my endeavors as an entrepreneur. Back in 2021, I was so gung-ho about DoorDash and food delivery. Heck, I even made a video showing that you could do this as a full-time job. And to this day, right now, I still believe that it is possible to be a full-time food delivery driver. I can totally accomplish that right now. But I want to start focusing on what is my exit strategy, because gig driving and the gig economy is slowly on a decline, and it's not much longer until we are fully displaced by technology. So continue to grind, continue to hustle, but remain focused on your long-term plan, because that is what's going to enable you to have financial security. And that's really all we want, right? We want to be able to do what we want to do on our own time. Remember, you are in control of your own destiny, not the gig apps. Thank you for watching. My name is Eli Esch. Deuces.